Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss everything related to investing. Ray Dalio is an American billionaire investor, hedge fund manager, and philanthropist. He gained fame primarily as the founder of Bridgewater Associates, one of the world's largest and most successful hedge funds. Dalio has been recognized for his unique investment strategies, particularly his emphasis on economic cycles and his application of principles to guide investment decisions. He participated in an interview from Bloomberg and shared his latest views on the United States recently. Today, we will talk about some highlights of the interview in this video. Let's dive in. Before we talk about Dalio's interview, in order to better understand his perspective, we must first understand his analytical framework. In The Art of Shifting World Orders, Dalio elaborated on 5 major forces that drive the evolution of global order. The first is money, credit, and debt. The second is internal conflicts. The third is conflicts between nations. The fourth is major natural disasters. And the fifth is technological changes. These 5 forces intertwine with each other. Debt, technology, and natural disasters exacerbate internal and international conflicts, ultimately leading to wars and the establishment of new orders. When debt levels are high, it often signals a change in order. In the interview, Dalio stated that United States is experiencing 3 significant events, 3 unexpected occurrences that have not happened in our lifetime but have occurred many times in history. The first is the issuance of a large amount of debt, which is gradually being monetized. This is manifested by central banks supporting government spending through quantitative easing. The second is unresolved internal conflicts, primarily referring to the United States, where there is significant wealth inequality. The third is the great power conflict and the threat of war between the United States and China. Dalio believed that the United States is currently in the beginning of late stage of a classic debt cycle. Dalio pointed out that the supply-demand relationship of government bonds has changed. Previously, the United States could not issue bonds due to the debt ceiling, but now it has been lifted, leading to a large issuance of debt. At this point, we can determine if there are enough buyers for U.S. government bonds. Dalio thinks that there may not be enough people willing to take over. When asked about future interest rates and economic expectations, Dalio said that before discussing expectations, he needs to explain the principles behind them. Interest rates must be at a level that satisfies both buyers and sellers. Buyers can be understood as purchasers of government bonds, while sellers are the governments borrowing money. When interest rates suddenly rise, someone will inevitably become losers. At this point, you might ask who have been losers. This time is different from previous occasions, as it is not the general public who is harmed. We can see that the unemployment rate and the agricultural market are still strong. The ones suffering are the holders of government bonds. Central banks holding a large amount of government bonds and commercial banks are both losing money, leading to a banking crisis. This is actually a massive wealth transfer. What Dalio wanted to express was, during the pandemic, there has been a major shift in monetary policy, and it is necessary to understand who bears the cost. The government's extensive fiscal stimulus plan has led to a large issuance of government bonds, which are now held by the Federal Reserve and the entire banking system. Subsequent aggressive interest rate hikes caused a decline in the prices of government bonds, resulting in significant losses for the Federal Reserve and the banks that held these bonds. Thus, they bear the cost of this monetary policy shift. In comparison, the household is much better off. However, precisely because the impact on the household is relatively small, the inflation will not go down quickly. This results in the need to maintain interest rates at a high level, slowing down the economy. In the end, it appears as an unfavorable environment. Dalio also mentioned technological changes, which he considers an uncertain variable. Technologies like AI are still in the early stages, and it is difficult to determine the extent of their impact. As for the other forces, they do not seem to be very optimistic. Dalio's concerns about the threats posed by the United States debt issues, internal conflicts, and the tension between the US and China as an investor should draw our attention as investor. However, these are long-term impacts, and each factor is so significant that the consequences are hard to imagine once they occur. It is also challenging for us to take appropriate measures to cope with them. Besides, we're still unable to find another country that have the ability to replace United States in terms of technologies and other factors. Therefore, the investment environment in the US stock market is still the best globally for next few years. If you have other opinions, let's comment below. Please help to like and subscribe.